We're joined here right now in the studio by the Director General of HTC here in France, Frédéric Tassy. Thank you very much for joining us here in the studio this morning.
Good morning.
Now, of course, HTC has, just in the last 24 hours, launched a new range of Windows phones. They, of course, have phones running the Google Android operating system, but also these, and if you can just see it, I have to hold it up pretty high, but this new range of Windows Phone operating system. This is a new version of the Windows Phone operating system called Mango. But it's interesting, Monsieur Tassy, that I was just saying you do run phones with both Google's Android software and Windows Mobile. Would it not be easier for both you and, I suppose, for your customers if you just picked one operating system and really pushed behind that?
Well, I think, first of all, we have very strong partnership with both Microsoft for a long time. I think we've been partnering with Microsoft for 10 years. Obviously, now Google has came on the market for the last 2 or 3 years. I think what HTC needs to bring is alternative for the customers. So what we try to make is obviously the best smartphones and alternatives. Some people need Windows phones, others need Android.
And Mr. Tassy, there are changes in the smartphone market. Lots of tie-ups. Google bought Motorola last month. Microsoft working on an alliance to provide software for Nokia smartphones. So is HTC worried it could be left out if it just focuses on its own? If software makers focus on their own hardware?
Well, HTC is a smartphone manufacturer only. We're only making smartphones. 10 years ago, we were the only one on the market. So again, being the only one when the market is very tight, is obviously not great. So I think as many newcomers, can join us on the smartphone market, I think that's great because again, the market extending. The growth is amazing, as you said initially, and obviously the goal of HTC is to grow faster than the natural growth of the smartphone market, and that's what we're doing right now.
Now, Microsoft's new Windows Phone operating system has been very well received so far, and one of the new features of this new Mango update, which is in the new phones, is good support of HTML5, which gives you very good web apps, doesn't it? Does this? Do you think this sort of supplants the whole app culture we've been seeing? Is everything going to move to the internet basically, and you can just go to a website and have just as good an experience?
Well, I think the application world will still be very, very important. I think the marketplace of Microsoft has drastically increased in terms of number of applications. I think we got now 30,000 applications available on the marketplace. Within the 30,000, you got basically all the top applications. But it's true that the internet experience, which has also amazingly improved on the Windows Phone, will be very important. I would say the web browsing in general is very, very important for smartphone manufacturers.
Okay. And finally, just briefly, HTC has recently invested in a headphone maker.
Indeed, yes. We bought Beats by Dr. Dre, which we're very happy about. Obviously, you know that there's a lot of youth people listening to music on their smartphones. So I think music and, in general, audio will be very important. So we wanted to buy this brand, obviously, for the brand itself, and then for the audio expertise of Beats. So that's a great partnership, and we'll see, obviously, a lot of new products with this, I would say, collaborative approach from October.
So broadening the approach there. Well,
Exactly.
Frédéric Tassy of HTC, thank you very much for joining us this morning.